The Japanese money secret. You've probably heard of the regular stuff, moving averages, support and resistance, RSI, but the real players, the ones moving billions in the Tokyo and New York sessions, they aren't looking at retail indicators. They are looking at something deeper, a centuries-old philosophy combined with a brutal mathematical approach to price action that the West completely misunderstood. This is the secret of how the elite Japanese institutional traders read the market, control their risk, and build generational wealth, while the rest of the world scrambles for scraps. If you think this is just about standard candlesticks or simple technical analysis, you are dead wrong. This is the blueprint to financial freedom that they kept hidden from mainstream retail platforms. Let's be honest for a second. Why do 95% of traders lose money? It is not because they lack a strategy. It is because they are playing a game designed by institutions to take their capital. The institutions paint the charts with false breakouts, fake liquidity grabs, and psychological traps. But the Japanese money secret reverses this dynamic. It changes how you view a chart from a chaotic mess of bars into a highly predictable map of human emotion and institutional intent. To understand this secret, you have to go back to the origins of trading itself. Long before Wall Street existed, Japanese rice traders in the 1700s were dominating the markets. A man named Munehisa Homa realized something that revolutionized finance forever. He realized that the market is not driven by supply and demand alone. It is driven by the emotional state of the participants: fear, greed, impatience, and hope. He mapped these emotions directly onto the charts. When the Western world finally discovered candlesticks centuries later, they only took the surface-level visual tool. They completely missed the underlying philosophy, the actual secret of how to read the psychological momentum and institutional volume hidden within those shapes. When you look at a chart, you are not looking at price, you are looking at a battleground. The Japanese money secret focuses on identifying the exact moment when one side completely surrenders. Institutional traders in Japan do not guess where the market is going. They wait for the market to reveal its ultimate exhaustion point. Think about it like a rubber band. The average retail trader tries to jump into a trend when it is already overstretched, only to get caught in a massive reversal. The Japanese secret teaches you to spot the structural cracks before the reversal even happens. It allows you to enter trades at the absolute bottom or top with microscopic risk and astronomical reward ratios. This is where the concept of absolute patience comes into play. In the Western trading culture, there's a constant obsession with action. Traders feel like they need to be in a position every hour, clicking buttons, chasing pips, scalping every minor movement. This is a guaranteed way to bleed your account dry through commissions, spreads, and emotional exhaustion. The Japanese institutional mindset is completely different. It is modeled after the samurai. You sit, you observe, you wait for days if necessary until the perfect high-probability setup presents itself. And when it does, you strike with massive size and absolute conviction. You do not micromanage the trade. You let the market structure do the heavy lifting for you. Let us talk about the specific mechanics of how this secret alters your chart perspective. The mainstream trading world teaches you to look for generic patterns like head and shoulders, double bottoms, or basic trend lines. The reality is that these patterns are highly visible, which means they are highly manipulated. Big banks know exactly where retail traders place their stop losses based on these textbook patterns. They deliberately push the price just far enough to hunt those stops, collect the liquidity, and then reverse the market in the intended direction. The Japanese secret looks past these retail traps. It focuses entirely on liquidity voids and the true balance of power between buyers and sellers. It looks at the closing price of specific structural bars relative to historical institutional levels. When you understand how to identify these precise zones, you stop becoming the liquidity and you start trading alongside the smart money. Another massive component of this secret is the unique approach to risk management. Most traders think risk management means putting a random stop loss 10 pips away and hoping for the best. That is gambling. True Japanese money management is about capital preservation above all else. It is based on the idea that your capital is your shield. If you lose your shield, you die in the arena. Therefore, every single trade must have an asymmetric risk-to-reward profile. We are not talking about a simple 1-to-2 ratio. We are talking about setups where you risk a tiny fraction of your account to capture a move that is 5, 10, or 15 times greater than your risk. When you operate with these kinds of ratios, your win rate becomes practically irrelevant. You can be wrong 70% of the time and still make an absolute fortune at the end of the month. Think about the sheer peace of mind that comes with this approach. No more staring at your phone every 5 minutes. No more waking up in the middle of the night to check your open positions. No more anxiety when a trade goes slightly against you. You know exactly what your risk is before you even enter, and you know the exact institutional target the market is magnetized towards. You become a cold, calculating machine executing a proven edge with zero emotional attachment to the outcome. The reason why this works so flawlessly for AI voice generation and video formats is because it speaks directly to the core human desire for truth and clarity. The trading industry is flooded with fake gurus showing off rented sports cars, flashing luxury watches, and selling useless indicators that lag behind the market. People are tired of the noise. They're tired of the complicated mathematical formulas that look great in theory but fail miserably in live market conditions. The Japanese money secret strips away all the fluff. It simplifies the market down to its rawest, most powerful elements. It shows you that true trading mastery is not about adding more things to your chart. It's about removing the clutter until you can see the truth clearly. Let's dive deeper into the psychological shift required to execute this successfully. In the West, wealth is often viewed through the lens of aggressive acquisition. In the traditional Japanese financial philosophy, wealth is viewed through the lens of flow and harmony. You don't force the market to give you money. You don't fight the trend. You don't try to revenge trade when you take a loss. A loss is simply market information. It tells you that the current structure has shifted and it's time to realign your perspective. When you align yourself with the natural flow of institutional capital, trading becomes effortless. The money flows into your account because you are no longer swimming against the current. Look at the way major financial institutions in Tokyo manage their portfolios. They don't trade based on hype or news headlines. They understand that by the time a news report hit the public, the smart money has already positioned themselves weeks in advance. The news is simply the catalyst used to create the volatility needed to fill their massive orders. If you're trading the news, you are playing a losing game. You are reacting to past events. The Japanese money secret allows you to anticipate these moves ahead of time by reading the footprint of institutional accumulation and distribution directly on the clean price chart. Imagine being able to open your laptop, open a completely clean chart with zero indicators, zero moving averages, zero chaotic lines, and within 60 seconds knowing exactly whether you should buy, sell, or stay out of the market. That's true financial sovereignty. That's the power of mastering the Japanese money secret. It takes dedication. It takes the willingness to unlearn all the retail garbage you've been fed by the internet, and it takes the discipline to stick to a strict set of rules. But once it clicks, your entire relationship with money changes forever. You stop viewing money as something you have to chase and start viewing it as a tool that works for you 24 hours a day. If you are ready to stop gambling, stop chasing alerts, and stop blowing up accounts, it's time to shift your focus. Forget the mainstream noise. Forget the complex indicators. Master the art of institutional price action. Embrace the discipline of the ancient masters and unlock the true Japanese money secret. Your financial future is waiting for you to make the shift. Focus on the raw data. Respect the capital. Wait for the perfect strike and let the market pay you what you are truly worth. This is the only way to achieve lasting success in the elite world of professional trading.